If you're going in blind, excuse the pun, Ori and the Blind Forest is a Metroidvania puzzle platformer with some light action and RPG elements. You play as Ori, a forest spirit who is separated from the spirit tree early on. After being raised by the motherly Naru, the forest begins slowly withering away. Before long, Naru succumbs to sickness and hunger, and Ori is an orphan once again. With the help of an accompanying forest spirit, Cyan, Ori is tasked to return the three elements of light, water, winds, and warmth to bring balance back to the forest. Moon Studios, without a doubt, knows how to tug at the heartstrings. If you aren't welling up in the first 15 minutes, I honestly doubt your humanity. Thanks in part to the beautifully orchestrated score and fantastic art style, Ori and the Blind Forest brings to mind a Pixar movie. Throughout the 7-hour playthrough, I got chills from the beautifully narrated story about family and sacrifice. Sure, the story has its platformer tropes, i.e., collect 3 orbs to unlock 3 temples to save the world. But it is presented in a fresh and interesting way that felt like a perfection of a genre instead of just a copy. While I can talk at ends about the storyline, it would be for naught without matching gameplay and level design. Impressively, both of these elements are just as masterfully executed. Like any other Metroidvania title, the protagonist starts off weak and with a limited area to explore. Each power-up you grab opens the path to a larger selection of collectibles and more difficult sections of the map until the world is at your fingertips. While this recipe is tried and true, Ori and the Blind Forest brings substantial improvements to the formula. Nearly all the power-ups add to the platforming elements, making it a joy and a breeze to get across the map. For instance, the bash ability gained halfway through the game lets you slingshot off enemies and their projectiles. Even better, slingshotting these projectiles can help open paths or take down the same enemies. While all the platforming and gameplay feels great, prepare to die. A lot. In my 7-hour playthrough, I died exactly 223 times, according to the leaderboards, and that is on the low end of the spectrum. Thankfully, the game implements a smart quick save/checkpoint mechanic. As long as you aren't around enemies and have enough energy, Ori will be able to create a spirit flame, instantly logging the progress and allowing for upgrades. While this doesn't make the game easier, it makes the difficult sections easier to swallow. There are minor blips on the radar that draw away from perfection, specifically a few frame rate problems, the inability to re-enter locations for 100% completion, and bizarre difficulty spikes. However, the game is so polished and these issues are so sporadic, they were never able to ruin my enjoyment of the game. The verdict is a 10 out of 10. I'm always hard-pressed to believe the hype about games, however, Ori and the Blind Forest is one of the best games to come out this generation, let alone on any Xbox platform. The game finds a perfect balance that both newcomers and longtime gamers will enjoy, making it easily recommendable to everyone. While the game borrows from a tried-and-true formula, every mechanic feels fresh and polished, largely thanks to the orchestrated music and stunning world. Ori is a gem that should be on everyone's shortlist of must-play games, especially at its $20 price tag. For more on Ori and the Blind Forest, and the full review, check out middleofnowheregaming.com.